So, one community that I've been aware of and have been a fan of is the Murder Drones community. You know, I really liked this show, I liked its characters, I liked how the story went. I wasn't a big fan of the ending, but it was good in my opinion. And there are two things that bothered me about this fandom, and that is the shipping and the power scaling. I'm not gonna talk about the shipping, that is a video for next time, but I am gonna talk about the power scaling because there are a lot of people, specifically certain people, that really think that N is stronger than Uzi, aka somebody who is narratively just below Uzi and the rest of his disassembly drone allies. But with all that said, I should probably get into this. The first thing that people like to use is the Copper 9 explosion, and people like to say that since this explosion moved the planet off its axis, thus this would be around planetary, and since the drones are able to survive it, that would mean that they are planetary. Well, I'm here to disprove that idea, because they don't scale to the full-on explosion, and they only scale to the shockwave of the explosion. And the shockwave is actually very weak, since it didn't destroy that much around it. So yeah, that's my main reasoning against the whole explosion thing, but let's get into some other stuff. Now let's get into the whole Earth destruction from via black hole. So this only scales to one person, and that's Sin. There is nobody else who should scale to this. And there is no evidence, no feeds, no nothing that would say that somebody else is on the same level or on par with Sin. The only character I can think of is Uzi, and that is debatable. And finally, for the final higher end stuff, we got Uzi supposedly surviving the explosion of Copper 9, which I am not really that against, but my reasoning for her not scaling to this is mostly because it just blasted her out, and launching somebody and surviving that explosion isn't really that relevant to each other. And I could just argue she just went through the planet. But yeah, that's just mainly it. And that is my reasoning why I don't clearly agree with the higher end stuff, but it is higher end stuff, which I am not against. And lastly, we have speed. And I am not clearly against the speed of the murder drones or worker drones. I do think that they do scale to relativistic to FTL very consistently, but there are arguments to say they don't. But saying that they are only subsonic is just straight up stupid when people like Uzi and N could perceive several things such as lasers and falling down from Earth and other several things. I am just here to explain that they do actually scale to these FTL to MFTL speeds. So yeah, that is all I need to say about Murder Drone's power scaling. If you disagree with me, say it in the comments below. With all that said, see you later. Oh, and all the 4D stuff is hyperbolic. Bye!